Alright. I gotta leave.
Yeah, we'll see. Alright. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of the Belleville Blizzard and St. John's Aviators series here in Belleville. Just a couple of minutes ago, Belleville finished off the first game with a 5-0 victory. Meatbag Frank notching his first shutout of the season with 5 saves. And at the other end, Racing getting lit up for 20 or so shots and 5 goals against. And so we are moments away from puck drop here, and we will see if anything can change for this game 2. Belleville has been slowly losing players throughout the night. Started with 2 lines and has fallen to just 4 players and a goaltender. St. John's, on the other hand, has actively added players to the roster and has 6, so 2 full lines at the moment. Puck drop here. Brandon wins it and will walk it into the offensive zone. He gets a shot just wide of the net and off the post. Sammy the Whale behind his own net. We'll look for his options. Taking his time here. No pressure against him, so he'll use that time well. Ice Spiller, but Brandon takes it off his stick. A shot. Oh, and a big save there by Racing. Keeps it out of the net. Just 20 seconds into this game. So a face off to his right. Ardagi and Suzeki. Suzeki, his first shift of this game. And no one can get it. Suzeki and Ice Spiller around the net, and Sammy the Whale clears it. Birdo into his own zone, but Ardagi's there, and it's off the side of the net. Ardagi and Birdo by the net now. Birdo walks it out, being chased down by Ardagi, who will get a hold of it. And they fight out the blue line, and Ardagi comes out on top here. So Ardagi, as well, looking for his options. He decides to take himself into the zone. He gets it in. It's to Zeki off the boards and back to Ardagi, who chases Zeki around the net. Up to Brandon. Sammy the Whale stops him in his tracks. But Brandon still gets it and puts it to Ice Spiller, to Birdo, and back up to the red line, and Brandon with it again. Sammy the Whale says no sir and sends it right back out of the zone to Birdo, who puts it up to Brandon. Walks a couple defenders, but can't make much of that. Brandon tags up after the puck clears, but loses it to Curse the Dog, who will go behind his own net. Curse the Dog taking his time here. He passes to Perfect Nut, who will turn it over to Brandon with a poor pass there. Brandon, in all alone, shot, scores! And so Brandon will put the Blizzard on the board 2 minutes into this game. A bad turnover by the Perfect Nut, and he gets walked, and Brandon just nets it right off to the left side of Racing there, a little deep in his net, and giving up a lot of that room there, and not much of a chance to make that save. So we'll go back to center ice. 3 minutes to go in this first period. Curse the Dog wins it forward. Loses it to Birdo, who loses it to the Perfect Nut. But he goes back to Brandon. To Birdo. Shot in off the post. More Joshi behind his net. Birdo pressuring him. Birdo can't really win it. Racing grabs it off the side and plays it back to his own team. Birdo can't get a good looks for Brandon at the far side, but the pass is broken up and out of the zone. Brandon sends it back in, and they go for a line change. So Curtis the Dog behind his own net now. Belleville watching on as Curtis passes it to Ardagi. Ardagi at the red line waiting. Loses it to Lynx, and Lynx loses it to Sammy the Whale. who passes to Birdoxd, and Birdoxd will take it into the zone. He gets a shot from far, but it goes just wide, and Frank will watch it. Sammy the Whale takes it. Sammy the Whale, a nice pass blocked by Birdo, and they go back around the net and back the other way. And off the side of the net, Sammy the Whale goes up to the point to the perfect nut. He makes a pass and a shot and a big save there by Meatbag Frank. Great opportunity there for St. John's Aviators. Their first of the night here. Of a nice Sammy the Whale shot. Nice one-timer. Glove down by Meatbag Frank. So Brandon wins this puck forward off the face-off. Ice Spiller sends it back in. Suzuki sends it back out. Brandon races Ice Spiller down the boards. He'll take it himself. Around the Sammy the Whale. Shot save there by Racing. And it goes to his own team. Sammy the Whale passes to Birdoxd, who sends it to no one out in the neutral zone. Suzuki breaks his stick on a pass to Brandon and gives up, almost a breakaway, but Sammy the Whale whiffs on it, and Brandon will take advantage back into the offensive zone. Brandon being pressured by Ice Spiller, who momentarily has taken it but loses it back to Brandon. Racing gloves the puck but plays it back out to Sammy the Whale, who will pass to Curse the Dog and look for a change. Curse the Dog can't quite get in the zone, and it's sent back. The Aviators in their own zone. Birdo pressuring in, shot, scores. A bit of a dribbler as Birdoxd drop passes it to no one, and Birdo picks up the loose change, and a slow shot beats an unexpected Racing far side. And then, so with a minute to go in the first period, it is now 2-0 Belleville. Shots are 5-1. So Curse the Dog wins his faceoff. Orange Yoshi into the offensive zone now. Birdo takes it off his stick from behind, pickpockets him, and will walk it up, but gives up that battle to Curse the Dog. Orange Yoshi races Birdo. Birdo dangling a couple guys, but loses it to Curtis, who can't get a shot off. And Birdo, Curtis the Dog behind the Blizzard net. Out to Orange Yoshi, who gets a shot, scores! And St. John's are on the board for the first time tonight. Curtis the Dog had lost it to Birdo XD, who played it out front to an unsuspecting Suzuki, and Orange Yoshi is there to take a nice shot from the dot. And Meatbag Frank, out of position, gives one up. So 2-1 is our score now. 24 seconds to go in this first period. 5-2 are the shots. Goal goes unassisted. Curtis wants his assist but will not get it via the rules of hockey that prevent him from getting that assist. Curse the Dog around the net. Passes out front, but it's broken up by Brandon. He gets a shot! And they've tied the game. That's a great heads-up play by Curtis the Dog. Looked for Orange Yoshi, who he had backdoor. Passed it. Brandon stole it. And Curtis opportunistically steals it off of Brandon's stick and scores on a Meatbag Frank, who did not expect a shot in that situation. That's a bad turnover by Brandon, who was just a little too soft at the puck in front of his own net. And so a game that St. John's probably went into not expecting to win this one has turned into a tie game, leaving the first. Shot in on net by Brandon. Racing gloves it and plays it back to the perfect nut, and they go around the net. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and time as the perfect nut skates through the neutral zone. And so we go into the first intermission with the score tied at 2 between the Belleville Blizzard and the St. John's Aviators. Shots are 5-3 in favor of the Blizzard. And the Blizzard, with a short bench, but a win earlier in the day, not expecting to be in this sort of position here. But the Aviators are warm and looking dangerous. We've got another game brewing a couple miles south of here in Charlotte, North Carolina, as the Charlotte Shipwreck prepare to take on the Georgia Greyhounds at home. Georgia looking like the strongest team this season, looking to take on and sweep a sort of rough-looking Charlotte team that has not had the greatest start to their season, with a couple of tough losses, but a win here or there, led by a Clifford who is playing some decent Blockey so far. That game will start at 9 p.m. But back to this game. 5 seconds until puck drop for the second period. Score is tied. Doggy wins it backwards, and it's sent up back to him by his defense. He walks it in, jams on the post, but Meatbag Frank's there to stop it. Another shot, but Meatbag Frank's there to stop it on the post. Doggy fighting with Birdo, but Birdo clears it to Sammy the Whale. Sammy the Whale back to Doggy and into the zone. A shot from long outside the zone, and Meatbag Frank comes up with it. And he will cover, and we'll get a face-off to his right with 4:30 to play in the period. So Birdo and Doggy to take this face-off. Only 2 players on the ice of Belleville. With Stam on, they're having to conserve a little bit. Ice Billow and Birdo. Birdo sends it out, and Brandon hops off the bench for it, but Sammy the Whale wins that battle. He passes the Ice Spiller and looks for Doggy, but Doggy cannot win it. Ice Spiller. Nice ping by Brandon to keep it in the zone, but Ice Spiller moves it around him. Birdo with it. Looks for Brandon, who whiffs on the shot. A good opportunity there. He gets I think he does get a shot on net there, but it's stopped by Racing. So at the far end now, Doggy with a break puts it wide, and Birdo's in the corner with it behind his own net. Doggy pressuring, and Doggy wins it from Birdo. He'll try to do something in the zone with it. Curtis the Dog can't keep it in on a wild pass, but Curtis sends it back down, making some moves in the corner to Orange Yoshi, who will lose it to Lynx, who will walk it out into the offensive zone for them. Lynx loses it to the Aviators. Orange Yoshi to the perfect nut to Curtis, who puts it backwards to Yoshi, who loses the puck trying to walk into the zone. Curtis passes to the perfect nut, but perfect nut takes too much time, and Lynx is on him quick. Lynx fighting through him, but can't quite get a shot off. Orange Yoshi in his own zone passes out to the perfect nut at the red line. Birdo the only defender there, and he'll make a nice defensive play to break up a shot opportunity. It's back to Brandon, who go in and shot, and a nice save there by Racing to keep this game tied. 7-4 are the shots. Racing with 5 saves in this game. had a nice game earlier today, but not enough help and not enough goal scoring led to that loss. He'll look to have a nice game that matters today. Sammy the Whale and the Lynx. Sammy the Whale wins it. And he'll walk out through the neutral zone. Passes to Birdoxd. A shot saved by Meatbag Frank. A nice quick one-timer by Birdoxd. But Meatbag Frank is up to the challenge and will not be caught off guard on this occasion. So 7-5 are the shots. With 2.5 minutes to play in the second period, Lynx wins the puck forward and gets it out looking for Brandon, who loses it behind him, but wins it from Ice Spiller, who loses the puck. Birdoxd to Sammy the Whale and into the Blizzard zone. Sammy the Whale take it back out himself. Tries a drop pass, but Brandon sends it far. And so Ice Spiller will regroup. No pressure whatsoever, taking his time. He will walk in, and loses it under a little bit of traffic. Birdo trying to take it from him and having some problems, and Birdoxd chips it out and onto the Belleville bench. And so we'll get a neutral zone face-off for the first time this game. Birdo and Birdoxd to take it. Birdo wins it forward and will walk a couple defenders and take a shot that goes wide. Ice Spiller will pick up that rebound. Passes up to Sammy the Whale, whose pass is blocked by Birdo and in for a shot off the crossbar there. Good opportunity for him. Sammy the Whale out. Oh, and Suzuki quicker to the puck, but not the greatest play. Chips it onto the Aviators bench. And our second stoppage in the neutral zone. And so only one Belleville player on the ice. Never mind, they drop a couple more on, taking some strategic rest on the bench. Curse the Dog in the perfect nut behind their own net. Curse the Dog, walking it out and into the neutral zone. Losing it in his own feet. Not really sure what he's doing. The perfect nut takes it into his own hands and passes to Orange Yoshi, who's into the zone. Orange Yoshi gets mixed by Birdo, who passes to Brandon, and Brandon will go in, looks for a shot, but loses it to the perfect nut, who made a nice play to take the body off him. Curse the Dog and Brandon. Curse the Dog and Brandon behind the net. Aviators net. No other Belleville players in the zone. And it dribbles out front. Orange Yoshi grabs it. Suzuki sends it back in. 45 to play here. The perfect nut to Curtis the Dog. Can't quite get it into the Belleville zone. The perfect nut will send it to Orange Yoshi, but that pass is intercepted, and Birdo on a breakaway now. Shoot, scores! And Birdoxd puts the Belleville Blizzard up 1 goal with 30 seconds to play in the second period here. It's a bad pass by the perfect nut. He was looking for Orange Yoshi, and Orange just could not find it. And Birdo quick to steal and even quicker to score. Racing thought he had a little bit more of the net sealed than he did. Those breakaways are tough, especially for goalies like him, staying a little bit further back. Sammy the Whale to Birdoxd. Loses it to Birdo again. Birdo looked to get another shot before the end of the period. 20 seconds to go. He will give up and back out of the zone. Lynx will take the pressure now. He passes to Birdo, but the shot is blocked by Sammy the Whale. Suzuki. Pass is blocked by Birdoxd, and Birdoxd with the breakaway now. And a nice save by Meatbag Frank. Birdoxd being a little impatient with some of his shots. All of his shots have come from very far out or from very dead angles in the corners. But Meatbag Frank has done well to hold up to those. So Ice Spiller into the zone. Sammy the Whale will look for one last shot, but Meatbag Frank with a big challenge and an even bigger save to keep his team ahead. So the shots are 8-7 in favor of the Blizzard, and the score is 3-2 in favor of the Blizzard. starting this third period. We are set for an exciting third period to play here and a tight game. Brandon and our doggy. Brandon wins the face-off, but immediately loses it to the Aviators, who immediately lose it back to the Blizzard. Brandon with Ice Spiller behind the net. Brandon comes out and gets a shot and a nice save by Rayson. Brandon back into the corner with the rebound to Birdo, who will fight off two Aviators and go around the net. Pass out front to Brandon, who whiffs on it. Good opportunity there for the Blizzard. Our doggy trying to get it out, but loses it in a bundle of Blizzard players in the neutral zone. Suzuki at his own blue line gives it to Birdo, who will walk it in and hands it over to St. John's. St. John's loses it back to Brandon, who shoots and scores. And so the score starts to run up a little bit. 4-2 now. Sammy the Whale trying to find our doggy but cannot, and Brandon is quick to jump on it and take a nice shot from the top of the circles. And the unsuspecting Rayson with 4 goals against on 10 shots now, with 4 minutes to play in this game. Let's see if the St. John's Aviators can mount a comeback. Curtis the Dog up through the neutral zone, gets a shot just wide of the net and off the post. Orange Yoshi and Birdo. Birdo walking it out. Perfect Nut's the defender here. Birdo around the perfect nut, but Curtis is a good supporting player and takes it off his stick. Curtis and Orange Yoshi collectively lose it in the legs of Suzuki, who dumps it in, and the perfect nut will take it back. Suzuki steals the pass intended for Orange Yoshi and will chip it back into the St. John's bench for a neutral zone face-off on the Belleville end. First the Dog with a quick shot and a good save by Frank. Be quick on that one and keep this score 4-2. So a face-off in the Belleville zone. Brandon and Orange Yoshi. Brandon wins it forward. He's got Lynx with him, chasing the perfect nut down, who has the puck. Perfect nut drop pass, but it goes right to Brandon, who gets a shot, and it's a great save by Rayson, keeping his team in this one. Don't really want to go down by 3. It's a tough goal differential to come back from with only 3 minutes to play. So Brandon wins it back, but can't find any defenders, and the perfect nut on a breakaway now, but Brandon breaks it up and puts it in the corner. Brandon fighting the perfect nut behind his own net. Into the corner, the perfect nut sends it out. Orange Yoshi a little delayed, but will pick it up. Trying to find anyone there as he's all alone behind the net. Walks up the boards and walks it out of his own zone. And Lynx steals it. Shot save by Rayson. And so Rayson with 7 saves now and 3 minutes to go. Ardoggy wins it to Sammy the Whale, who will hand it back to Ardoggy, and he will walk it up into the Belleville zone. Suzuki takes advantage of a puck sent too far, puts it to Brandon, who puts it to Birdo, who can't find Brandon again, but Ardoggy loses it back to him. Sammy the Whale around Brandon and out of the zone. Finds its way to Belleville sticks. Finds its way back. Aviators 6 and scores. Ardoggy with a great goal there. Sammy the Whale stole it. Suzuki tried to gain it back up to Brandon, but Sammy the Whale blocks the pass off the boards Makes a nice pass to our doggy, who will shoot it from the slot. Yep, just a little bit lower there in the slot. A little lower than most of his other shots have been. Top of the circles, I guess. And he puts it on the ice past Meatbag Frank. And so the score is now 4-3. And the game grows tighter. Lynx into the Aviator zone with Sammy the Whale in the corner. Lynx looking for Birdo, but Birdo's not there. And offsides is called as Birdo chips it back in, but plays it. And the Lynx had not yet tagged up. So another neutral zone face-off. This time the Aviators end of the ice. Ardoggy and Lynx. Ardoggy wins it to Sammy the Whale, who sends it back to Ardoggy. And Ardoggy can't win the boards battle with Suzeki, who sends it to Lynx, and Ice Spillers there to take it away. Chipped in by Ardoggy. Birdo up the boards. But Ardoggy puts it back in. Lynx behind his own net. Ardoggy steals it. Lynx steals it back. Minute 45 to play. The battle continues. Ardoggy puts it out front but can't find anyone. And it's a great clearing play by Birdo to kill a little bit of time in this game. Birdo and Ardoggy both lose it. And it's chipped out again. Picked up by Brandon, who gets a shot from way outside the zone. And it's saved by Racing. And some poor decision making as it's dropped to Curtis. And Curtis loses it right to Brandon, who gets a nice shot. Put Racing up to the task. So 4-3 continues to be the score in this third period of play. A minute and 17 seconds. Shots are 12-8. So we'll get a face-off here after a Belleville timeout. Get some stamina back. Brandon wins it. Birdo with a nice shot, but it's blocked by Ice Spiller. Great defensive play and what they need in this game. Aviators into the zone. Can't get a shot. Brandon puts it into his own corner to break up the offensive chance. Ice Spiller out to Ardoggy and the block by Birdo. Everyone blocking shots right now. Sammy the Whale up to Ice Spiller. Looks back door to Ardoggy and a great save by Meatbag Frank, who will cover it for a whistle with 50 seconds to go. And so the Aviators pull the goaltender for the extra attacker. So it'll be 4-on-3. Ooh, Ardoggy won the face-off, but Sammy the Whale lost it out of the zone. Brandon fighting through some Aviators players, and the puck's out again. They send it back in. Sammy the Whale chases it down. Brandon's on him, lagging a little bit. Lynx gets it out, but they send it right back in. And Frank will jump on it. He'll play it out to Birdo, who gets it back out of the zone. Sammy the Whale sends it back. Ardoggy looking for a shot. 18 seconds to play. 15 seconds. Lynx on a breakaway. And a whistle blown. Not too sure what happened there. But Lynx almost with a empty net goal, but a whistle's blown. And "13 seconds are on the clock. It looks like St. John's, being sore losers, blew the whistle to prevent an own goal, or to prevent the empty net goal. And for statistical purposes, they need Lynx to score this one. So they're going to give Lynx a quick face-off goal in the offensive zone before they fix the time. Puck drop, and Lynx will score. And so the game sealed 5-3. The Blizzard will go on to win this one with 15 seconds to play in the third here. Curtis the Dog wins the face-off, but it's chipped into the Aviator zone. Sent way back. A shot blocked by Birdo. Curtis the Dog on it quick. And it's cleared. That will run the clock out, as they cannot score more. And that's the game. So the Belleville Blizzard win this game 5-3. Shots 13-9. And will sweep the series. Both games recording 5 goals for, but only 3 goals against in the whole series. All coming in this game. St. John's with a nice regroup, coming out strong for this game, showing they can compete with some of the better teams in the league. We'll see how that will change for them later in the season. They made a trade earlier today. A couple players who could be big changers for them throughout the course of this season. So thank you all for tuning in on this night. The Belleville Blizzard sweep the series at home against the St. John's Aviators. I have been Cookie Monster. Previously, alongside me was Mitch Meemner, who is now playing down in Charlotte. I hope you all have a good night, and I will see you on a future stream.